Milk is one of those foods we all take for granted. You buy it, put it in the fridge, and, well, you just forget about it. But imagine living without a refrigerator, no cold storage, no electricity, no buzzing appliances keeping things chilled. For most of us, that sounds impossible, but for the Amish, it's just another part of daily life. Today we're stepping inside Amish kitchens and dairy barns to uncover how these remarkable families keep milk fresh for days, sometimes even weeks, without using a single watt of electricity. Their secrets aren't magic, they're a blend of old-world wisdom, simple science, and a deep respect for nature's rhythm. And by the end of this video, you'll see why many of their time-tested methods are making a comeback among modern homesteaders and off-grid enthusiasts. In Amish communities, milk isn't just another grocery item, it's a daily ritual, a living product that connects them to the land and their animals. Most Amish families own cows or goats and milk them twice a day, just as their parents and grandparents did. Fresh milk is part of nearly every meal. It's poured into cereal, used for baking, and turned into butter, cheese, and yogurt right in their own kitchens. Because of this, keeping milk fresh isn't just a matter of convenience, it's survival. The Amish have no refrigerators humming in their kitchens. Instead, they rely on a blend of intelligent design, natural cooling, and fast processing. They treat milk like a living ingredient that must be respected and handled with care. The first and most important Amish secret begins right at the moment of milking. Fresh milk from a healthy cow is naturally clean, but how it's handled makes all the difference. Amish farmers use stainless steel pails that have been washed and sterilized with hot water and natural soap. They milk by hand, which may seem old-fashioned, but it prevents contamination from machinery. The milk is immediately strained through fine cloth or mesh to remove any dust or hair. Then comes a crucial step, cooling it down fast. The quicker milk cools, the longer it stays fresh. Instead of modern refrigeration, the Amish rely on the natural power of cold water. Many families have deep wells or springs on their land. These underground water sources stay cool all year, around 50 degrees Fahrenheit or lower. After milking, they place the containers of warm milk into large galvanized tubs or stone sinks filled with this cold spring water. Sometimes they even add chunks of ice cut from frozen ponds in winter and stored in ice houses through summer months. This water bath rapidly brings down the temperature of the milk, slowing bacterial growth the natural way. The milk is then sealed tightly with cloth or metal lids to keep out flies and dust. It's a simple system, but incredibly effective. In fact, some modern off-grid families now use this very same technique, calling it spring cooling. The Amish, of course, have been doing it for centuries. When the weather warms and ice melts, the Amish turn to another timeless invention, the root cellar. Most Amish homes have one, an underground storage room that stays cool and humid all year. These cellars are usually built into a hillside or dug directly under the home. Thick stone or clay walls keep out heat, while the earth itself maintains a natural temperature between 45 and 55 degrees Fahrenheit. Inside, wooden shelves hold jars, vegetables, and yes, bottles of milk. The air in the cellar circulates gently through small vents, keeping food fresh longer than any countertop could. Amish families often keep their milk in the cellar for short-term use, just enough for a couple of days. The rest is quickly turned into other products that last much longer. Instead of storing large amounts of milk as is, the Amish transform it. Within hours of milking, much of it is converted into butter, buttermilk, cheese, or yogurt, all of which keep far longer than raw milk itself. Butter, for instance, can last weeks at room temperature when stored properly. The secret lies in removing all the buttermilk and sealing the butter from air. Amish women often wrap fresh butter in waxed cloth or store it in stoneware crocks filled with cold water. This method, known as the water seal technique, keeps butter soft but safe, even through warm weather. Cheese making is another preservation art. By curdling milk with natural rennet or vinegar, pressing it, and salting the result, Amish families turn perishable milk into something that can last for months. Some cheeses, aged in cool cellars, keep for years. Now, for one of the most brilliant systems ever created, the Amish Ice House. These buildings are, really the heart of Amish refrigeration. Each winter, Amish men cut massive blocks of ice from frozen ponds or rivers. These blocks, sometimes weighing more than 100 pounds each, are hauled back home by horse-drawn sleds and stored inside insulated ice houses. The walls of these structures are made of thick wood, sawdust, and sometimes straw for extra insulation. The ice blocks are stacked tightly together, with each layer separated by sawdust to prevent melting. When kept sealed and shaded, this ice can last well into summer. Families bring in ice as needed to cool milk, meat, and other perishables. In many Amish homes, you'll find a small insulated box or cupboard, essentially an icebox, used exactly the way we use refrigerators today. There's another clever trick you might see in Amish kitchens, especially during hot months: evaporative cooling. It's based on a simple principle of physics. When water evaporates, it takes heat away from its surroundings. Some Amish families wrap milk jars in damp cloth or burlap and place them in front of open windows where air flows through. As the cloth dries, it cools the milk inside. Others store milk jugs inside clay crocks that sit in shallow water, the same way ancient civilizations once kept wine cool. Another overlooked factor is timing. Amish households plan their meals around the natural shelf life of what they have. Fresh milk is used for breakfast and baking the day it's collected. The next day, it becomes yogurt or buttermilk. By the third day, what's left might be turned into cheese or butter. This rhythm means there's almost no spoilage because nothing sits unused. The Amish don't rely on technology to keep things fresh. They rely on consistency, discipline, and knowing exactly when food should be used. Cleanliness is another reason Amish milk lasts so long. Their equipment may be simple, but it's spotless. Buckets are scrubbed with natural soap and hot water immediately after each use. Cloth filters are boiled and dried in sunlight. Cows are brushed daily and milked in calm, quiet settings to reduce stress, which actually helps produce cleaner, higher quality milk. This respect for hygiene replaces modern chemical sanitizers. It's not high-tech, but it works because the entire process is done with care and awareness. In some Amish homes, you'll find another fascinating technique, using natural preservatives like herbs and salt. While they don't mix them directly into milk, they sometimes use them in cheesecloth linings or containers. Mint and rosemary, for example, are known to repel insects and bacteria. Amish homemakers might place small herb bundles near stored milk or butter crocks, keeping pests away naturally. For the Amish, every step in this process is more than practicality, it's philosophy. They believe in using what nature provides, not fighting against it. Their lifestyle shows that comfort doesn't require consumption, and that preservation can exist without pollution. In a world obsessed with convenience, the Amish remind us that slowing down can actually make things last longer. Their milk might not come from a shiny carton, but it carries something far more valuable: wisdom. Their methods prove that refrigeration, while modern, isn't the only answer. Sometimes the simplest ways, spring water, cellars, and patience, can preserve not only food but a way of life. So, how do the Amish keep milk fresh without a fridge? Well, they rely on cool spring or well water for rapid cooling, root cellars for natural cold storage, ice houses stocked every winter, evaporative cooling using damp cloths or clay pots, transformation into butter, cheese, and yogurt, impeccable cleanliness, and above all, a rhythm of respect for nature's timing. These aren't just tricks, they're survival skills shaped by faith, tradition, and generations of quiet observation. In their world, there's no backup generator, no energy bill, and no panic when the power goes out. There's just the steady hum of life lived close to the land. where even something as simple as a jar of milk tells a story of patience, resilience, and wisdom.